what we're hearing is, and this is coming from Redemption Center leaders, and one of the leaders is over 7 redemption centers. We've got one guy that's over 7, another guy that's over 6, another guy that's over 3, and then we have the individual redemption centers. We've got 4 others that we talk to that are over individual redemption centers. So what I want to impress upon you is that Iraq did what they were supposed to do last Sunday, which is their first business day, and they brought out a new rate, and they passed an amendment to their budget, and everything appears from Iraq's perspective to be a go right now, moving forward for us. The other thing is that we've got information passed on to us today that says that bondholders will be getting notified tomorrow at 5 different times with their emails. And that's starting at 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 noon, 1 o'clock, and 2 o'clock. So that's going to apply all over the country to bondholders getting their emails and then getting access to their funds in their accounts either tomorrow night or Wednesday. So that's really good news. We want those guys to get it. That's tier 3. Now, what we're getting from multiple redemption center leaders is that we are supposed to get our notifications, which is our emails, tomorrow, starting around 10 o'clock in the morning. And we should, based on that happening around 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, we should be able to set our appointments and start exchanges 3 hours later, which would be in the afternoon tomorrow. And if not, we would start on Wednesday. Or rather, if not, we would start on Thursday. So it's looking very good for us. And that would be tier 4, A and B, going together and getting notified, we believe, as early as 10 a.m. tomorrow, which is Wednesday morning. So that's very exciting. The other thing is there's been a couple of videos out that have a very low dinar rate that has been like in the 327 range. That's not really the case. And certainly it's not the case for us, because President Trump wanted to make sure that we would get the highest available rate on the dinar as well as other currencies. And for example, that rate is nowhere near where we're going to be with the contract rate. And the contract rate is what they intend to offer us. Does anybody know what a hundo is? I know Bob does. I know Sue does. Keep that in mind. I believe that's where we're going to be on it. So that's extremely good. You know that the ZIM is on par with the USN at $1. And that's times the denominations themselves. The redemption centers don't have the ATMs, but the banks do. And the banks have the new software installed yesterday and today that is giving them, we should have, in other words, if you use the ATMs at the banks to get cash, new USN, probably either tomorrow or Wednesday, it would start with the USN. You would be able to take out $2,000 twice a day. Now, I don't know that you need to. I'm going to say don't do it unless you absolutely have to. But that's a lot more cash than we're used to having, probably a lot of us. So keep that in mind. The other thing is the rates at the bank screens were up this morning. And they were not up at the redemption centers today, but they fully expect to be up by tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. And I believe we're going to have that tomorrow, and that'll be a cool thing. Also, another piece that we got in the way of an email today was that the redemption centers will be 100% staffed and ready to go tomorrow at 10 a.m. Now, this means they would be ready to go for us to set our appointments and possibly start exchanges tomorrow, but it's not 100% clear. We might just be setting appointments tomorrow and starting exchanges on Thursday. So we're going to have to see what happens tomorrow. But we should be getting our emails tomorrow starting at around 10 a.m. So that'll be good. We've got, right now, as of today, we had 60% of redemption centers all staffed and ready to go today. And tomorrow, the remaining 40% will be up and rolling tomorrow by 10 a.m. So it's a big day today, and it's going to be a bigger day tomorrow. And hopefully, we not only get our numbers around 10 in the morning, but we set our appointments and can start exchanges, hopefully, tomorrow afternoon. And if not tomorrow, it should be Thursday. So I think we will probably plan to have a celebration call on Thursday. I know some of us aren't going to care. You're just going to go and do whatever you've got to do. So be aware and watch out for the emails to come in tomorrow, starting around 10 o'clock. And I think that's really everything I wanted to say tonight.
I'm hearing people say not to go into the bank right away. I would not stay back for a month. They're just saying, hey, don't be the first one there. Let somebody else learn. Renwife, there will be a number of us that are going to rush through. If you can afford to wait a couple of days for more information, I agree. It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense to me. I'm not a licensed whatever. Look at this for entertainment or education purposes only, but it makes a lot of sense to me that if you're not in a desperate situation, it makes more sense to wait a few days, let things settle, and then go. It makes sense. It's always best to make a decision with all of the information available, to make a decision and have all the information you can before you make that decision.
A lot of work.
And now, Mark Gray said, Mike, you should share the bond information you shared in you and Jen's show. And
Okay.
Mike, did you hear? I've got a man, and I'll tell you more after because I have to protect identities. But a buddy that I met when I was in Reno, aggregating currency, got that emergency call this morning. It is time to be in Reno. He's not been in probably 4 years.
That's interesting because I have a bond guy or know of a bond guy who's been seeing funds, his commission from the U.S. Treasury in his bank account since like October. And it says pending. And he was told, look, sorry about the way you've been treated for the last 2 or 3 years. You know, the grown-ups are back in charge here at Treasury, and you're going to get paid this week. And we apologize for everything that you've gone through. You will be paid out by Friday. In other words, that hold will be released. He will have money in his account. So once that happens, of course, it's on. So, you know, Jen got tonight is a possibility, and through the weekend is more likely. So that's what Jen got. I got told flat out from people who know people in Iraq, not directly in Iraq, but people who know people in Iraq, that they're positive it's tonight. So that's where we're at. I don't expect it to be tonight, but if it is, I'm not going to be doing Strictly Football tomorrow. I'm not going to be doing my other casts. I'm going to be at the bank or wherever, you know, getting ready to go Ferrari shopping.
Yeah, really got yeah.
I've been told, the only thing I've been told is, according to one of my 2 bond sources, he's been told, you know, the grown-ups are back in charge. We apologize for the way you've been treated the last 3 or 4 years. And those of you who can see funds in your bank accounts will have those freed up by the end of this week. So there is one bond guy who's been paid his commission. He's sitting there staring at it. He's been staring at it since October, and it says pending. He's told that's going to be released this week, and we apologize for what's been going on with you guys getting jacked around by the previous administration. The other thing I am told is that within Iraq, they are saying it's tonight, period. There's nothing beyond that. It's not going to go any further than that. They are convinced that we will get a new rate tonight, today, overnight, whenever their Thursday is. Their Thursday starts earlier. I think their Thursday starts about 4 in the afternoon for us, or 8 or something like that. I'm not positive. So we will supposedly get a rate. Now, the other thing that's been talked about is, and Jen, I don't know if you remember this, but we talked about, I hear two things. I hear one, the codes have been entered. I hear two, the codes will be entered tonight. I hear three, that no, it's not the codes that will get entered, it's the new rate. But what I've been told is that there is a budget document, and MarkZ has talked about this, where you put in the new budget, the new rate, and it filters through the spreadsheet and propagates all the way through their budget at the new rate, and that is what will get published in the Gazette, maybe on Saturday. If not today is still a Wednesday. They do Wednesday, Saturday. So I want to remind everybody that a year to a year and a half ago, Jen said, I see a document and I see all these tables being filled in. And that's what needs to happen before we go. So I want to remind you, Jen, that now we're hearing from an Intel side exactly what you said from a visual side, like a year and a half ago. So, you got any thoughts about any of that stuff or any updates?
Well, about the accounts, when I was talking to you before the show, yeah, I did tell you that I was talking to somebody else, and I was asked, and I felt like there's additional code that can be entered to release those funds, and I feel like that's going to happen very soon.
Oh, you think that would be the bond funds that they were talking about there? Okay, maybe not
the pending accounts.
That's not the RV. Maybe it's the releasing of the bond funds.
Pending accounts, yeah.
Okay.
I have a lot to talk about. So on the subject of timelines, is that what you want to hear?
Sure, I guess. I was just told flat out that everybody in Iraq says it's tonight for us. It's overnight for us tonight. Period.
Well, the Intel told us the 5th or the 8th. It just depends on if they don't get it done on the 5th, they'll do it on the 8th.
Okay.
This morning I was asked, and what I got was, yeah, there's a possibility they could do it tonight. And that would be good. But I got rate on Forex Thursday or Friday. Publication Saturday. Super Bowl is a major distraction for something. Okay? Something's going on as an undercurrent while the Super Bowl is going on. Everybody's watching the Super Bowl, okay? And I do feel like that was financial. And then best possibility for notifications, what I'm seeing is late Sunday, wake up to it Monday morning. Okay. That is as of today, what I got. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Hi guys, it's Wolverine here, guys. I'm just having a cup of coffee here in the neighborhood. Like I said, I can't talk too much, but just letting you know that the guys that we are about now should go to war speed, right? And that this is what we've been waiting for. All right, look after yourself, guys. That opera will be coming out pretty soon. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye. Hi guys, it's Wolverine here, guys. I can't talk, guys. Right? I'm prohibited to say anything at the moment. But all I can tell you guys is God has answered our prayers. I want you guys to get ready, right? And this is coming, right? This is now definitely not a rumor now, guys. So, okay? I love you guys, right? Stay close to God. Always stay close to God. And thank God for everything that's coming. Because just remember, you people have been chosen. There's a lot of people that know about this. And you guys have the privilege to know about this information. And some people have known about this and they rejected the message because they were not chosen. All right? God bless you, right? And just have faith. Have faith. Take care.
See, I do not believe there will be an EBS that shuts down the whole nation for 10 days, government, internet, much more. How about you? Do you think that there's going to be an EBS and everything's getting shut down for 10 days, government, internet, everything?
There's two separate items. EBS is an automatic. That's going to be within the time frame to come see me, and that's a given. That is a mainstay of the whole RV operation by the Gold Dragon. He wants everybody to know exactly what the rats have done and the perp walks and what the crimes are. With regards to the 10-day shutdown, I think that is a misnomer. I do not believe they're going to shut down our economy or they're going to shut down the internet for 10 days. I just don't see it. No one ever talked about that when we were talking about the aftermath of the RV.
Yeah, now all my sources keep telling me that the entire internet is not going down. They'll control your social media, etc., to make certain you get all of the disclosure, but they are not shutting everything down and areas only based on operations if they've got to clean something up.
Forwarded from El Donaldo Trumpo. Donald J. Trump. Is this X or Truth Social? Must be X. I want Iran to be a great and successful country, but one that cannot have a nuclear weapon. Reports that the United States, working in conjunction with Israel, is going to blow Iran into smithereens are greatly exaggerated. I would much prefer a verified nuclear peace agreement which will let Iran peacefully grow and prosper. We should start working on it immediately and have a big Middle East celebration when it is signed and completed. God bless the Middle East. Forwarded from US Tech Clock. In 2024, central banks purchased 1,045 tons of gold. This is the third consecutive year in which central banks have purchased more than 1,000 tons. Unbelievable. Well, they had no choice, didn't they? To be a tier one bank. Tier 1 is gold. Majid on X. This was posted on the Chosen Ones channel on Telegram. Tonight will be a very important night. Decisions will be made that will change the region. Will be signed maximum pressure policy, imposing international restrictions, preventing Iran from exporting oil, preventing the import and export of weapons, focus on the Iranian nuclear program, destroy the Iranian regime, sign a deal to supply Israel with weapons to carry out military operations. Tonight, the Abraham Accords will be written for the countries that will join them. David Yassin. Tonight will be a very important, basically it's the same. Majid posted on X at 8:14 a.m. February 6, 2025. Good news for Iraqis. 75% of the electrical connection between Iraq and the Arab Gulf countries has been completed. Electrical connection with Saudi Arabia means no need for Iran forever. The price of electricity coming to us from the Gulf countries is 10 times less than the poor electricity from Iran. The Iranian line is cut off for up to 20 days per month, while the electricity of the Gulf connection will not be cut off. Iran got the fuck out of Iraq. But this post here, this video, is not translated to English. Deep dive jive, absolutely amazing. Keep the wins coming. Majid posted on X, 3:37 p.m. February 6, 25. Sounds like it is time. President Trump's son, Eric Trump, says, feels like a great time to enter BTC. BTC means crypto. Crypto means US crypto project such as XRP, XLM that is not taxed. FDIC gave the green light today for banks. The Federal Reserve also did it a few days ago. The SEC did it too through SAB 122. Also, the SEC litigator who filed against Ripple was moved to the IT department and didn't like it and resigned today. LFGGG. Posted on the Chosen Ones Telegram. Zoom News. Breaking. US President Donald Trump signed an order on Tuesday to restore maximum pressure on Iran to prevent it from obtaining a nuclear weapon. Speaking to reporters, He asserted the US has the right to block Iranian oil sales and expressed openness to negotiating a deal with Tehran, stating he would reach out for talks with his Iranian counterpart. Majid posted on X at 1:27 p.m. February 6, 2025. This post is for crypto. This is from the FDIC website about what they said to banks today, that they can use crypto without the need for regulation. That literally explaining the old saying in crypto, price before law. They had a deadline before Friday to give transparency for banks, meaning surely either this weekend or by Monday things will change. This literally explains price before law, and he's highlighted in advance of a court order deadline of Friday. Our decision to release these documents reflects a commitment to enhance transparency beyond what is required by the Freedom of Information Act, FOIA, while also attempting to fulfill the spirit of the FOIA request. Barb Walk. Holy poker. Let's get it done. It's time. Majid. To me, this old riddle, so it begins, and Trump saying it yesterday, shows me that it will be on February. Look at the heart, with 14 meaning Valentine, which only happens on February. Ordered from Melania Stasia Romanov. In early January 2025, Vietnam's economy demonstrated robust recovery signals despite a shorter working month. According to government officials, Minister Chairman Tran Van Son, addressing the press in Hanoi, highlighted that macroeconomic stability was maintained, inflation remained under control, with the Consumer Price Index CPI and core inflation rising modestly by 3.63% and 3.07% year on year, and major economic balances were secured. The state budget revenue reached VND 275.9 trillion, around US 10.96 billion, marking a 3.5% annual increase, while trade figures, although reflecting a 10.5% drop from the previous month, still resulting in a healthy trade surplus of approximately US 3 billion. Furthermore, foreign direct investment (FDI) surged to over 4.3 billion, an impressive 48.6% increase compared to the same period last year, demonstrating strong investor confidence in the nation's economic prospects. Meanwhile, other key sectors showed encouraging developments that underscored the economy's resilience. The industrial sector reported a modest annual growth of 0.6% in the index of industrial production, and the service sector experienced a significant uplift, with retail sales and consumer service revenues rising by 9.5%, despite a 30.3% year-on-year decline in the number of new enterprises established. Nearly 10,700 new businesses emerged in January, while those resuming operations spiked by 65.2% to almost 22,800, with stable monetary, credit, and foreign exchange markets ensuring ample capital supply. The government maintained critical safeguards over energy and food security, keeping fiscal and external debt within safe limits. These positive indicators paint an optimistic picture of Vietnam's ongoing economic recovery and its resilient growth trajectory in 2025. Digital Soldier Payon Taka posted on X, 16 a.m. February 6, 2025. President Trump signs memorandum taking immediate steps to prevent Iran from using Iraq's financial system to evade or avoid sanctions. That's great, isn't it? February 5th, 2025, day 36 of 365. The enemy's goal is to get you so depressed, so distracted, and so disappointed that you can't see God's plan. He wants you to keep crying so he can keep you from seeing what's coming. Here's a word I have for you today. Stop crying. It's coming. God made you a promise. In Isaiah 41, verse 10, he says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." For everything that's left you, God is saying, I'm with you. Do not be dismayed. When you're crying, he's coming.
Zester.